hey, in this one I wanted to show you what std threads are in C++, which is just a nice cross-platform way to spawn threads. So yeah, on Linux it will basically be equivalent to using pthread. On Windows it will use the syscalls of Windows and so on and so on, so you don't have to worry about which platform you're on. And it just provides also a nicer interface in which you can pass just any kind of functions or lambdas or stuff like this, and yeah, it's a bit nicer than having a function pointer than a void pointer to arguments or whatever. So yeah, let's just jump into it. So you have to include a thread, and then you can do stdthread. Let's name it t, and then this will take a function to run. Let's create a lambda, which will take no arguments for now, and let's just print hello from the thread, like so. Up, and here you just pass your function to run. And so when you construct the object, it will automatically start the thread for you. You don't need to call like a dot start or whatever. And so if I run this, you can see that it aborted. I have an exception because threads have to be joined. If you don't join them and the object gets destructed, it will create an exception. So here I need to do thread join to yeah, wait for it to be joined. And so here you can see I have hello from the thread. What you can do if you're in a situation where you're not able to join, there is also detach, which well, as its name says, well, here it doesn't produce anything because I suspect that's. Let me just do a bit of a, let's say, I want to sleep 5 seconds here. Sorry about that. I suspect that the main is exiting before the thread is able to execute his code. So let's just do using namespace std chrono literals like so. And if I, oh no, don't worry about the thing I'm doing. Okay, but if I wait long enough before executing the main, you can see that it still runs the thread. It's just that now, like, our current process is not in charge of it. There is similar functions for POSIX threads, or I assume also Windows threads. So yeah, anyway, let's join for now and remove the chrono thing I was doing. So you can also pass arguments to it. So let's say my function takes an integer and I print this integer, print x, and you can just pass your arguments as other arguments in the constructor of a std thread. So let's say 42 and 32, and let's even take another one because why not? So just so you can see that you can have multiple arguments. You can if you still need, because there is the interface for std thread is quite narrow, so you can only like create, join them, and so on. It's not very specific. Like if you want to have a specific scheduling or whatever fancy things you can do with threads, you still need to call like the POSIX functions or the Windows functions and handle the cross-platform yourself. But that's still possible because you can call native handle, which in my case I think on Linux will. I forgot what the handle pthread create. I think pthread t. So I assume this returns a pthread t thing and so on. And so you can have like a native handle to whatever std thread used under the hood, and then you have access to all your regular thread functions to modify the behavior of it. So let's quit that, compile it again. You can also pass references, but it's a bit tricky. So let's say I want a reference to x now, and I create a variable a that holds 42, and then I pass a, but as a reference. You can see that now I have an ugly error message, classical C++. But you can, if you want to pass a reference, you need to wrap your the element you want to pass as an argument with stdref, Oula. I don't know what the fuck that was. But anyway, so here you can see that it will create a reference wrapper for us, which is something fancy that I haven't explored too much. I just know that, yeah, this is the way to pass reference to threads. And yeah, this works. So if I say x is equal to I don't know, 1 here, and after this I do print of a, you can see that a will have been modified to 1. Of course, you need to then make some kind of locking around it if you have multiple threads accessing it and so on. But this is how you can pass references. Also, you can pass like a method to the thread. So if you have an object, let's call it foo, like so, which holds just a string s, and that has a, let's say, a method hello. Hello from foo, like so, and let's print s. And so now if we remove all this and we put that back, if we have the object foo with, let's say, a string hello inside of it, now we can call food dot dot hello, like so. And as the first argument, we need to pass it a pointer to the actual struct. So here in my case, it's the variable foo. Oh, and you need to give it a, yeah, give the address of the method as well. And so you can see that this should work, I think, if I made a compilation error. Oh yeah, right. Error messages in C++ are always very nice. Up. And you see hello from foo. So you can also create a thread from a method and get all the objects member and so on. So yeah, that's about it. All I have to say about std threads. I think I will make another video about J threads, which are threads that auto join when they're destructed, and that they also have other fancy things to like notify when you want to stop them. But yeah, that's for another video, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.